Woo, Pig Suey.
How about them? How
Hell of
about
a
them
blowout.
hogs? How about them hogs, man? Really gave up a whooping on the old Catamounts. Man, you know what? The first weekend of college football
But
has
doesn't it
just.
it feels so good that football is back.
It feels good, but I heard this guy's take on, I guess it was CBS Sports Radio this morning. Our local guy that used to be on CBS Sports Radio, his morning show just like disappeared. I think he's gone to like the podcast. He's all podcast now, which kind of stinks because I enjoyed being able to flip back and forth in the morning between the two shows. Well, it kind of makes it easy now because you only got one. But a guy on CBS Sports Radio this morning made a really good point. He said, when the NFL starts this week, we're not going to watch the Kansas City Chiefs play some Canadian Football League team. We're not going to watch the Philadelphia Eagles play some, I can't remember the example he used, but college football has really got to change up the first weekend.
Yeah.
Last year it was better. 2 years ago it was pretty good, if I recall correctly. This year the matchups sucked.
Well, Clemson lost. That was a big loss.
Aside from the Clemson and the LSU game,
yeah, that was a good game.
But to watch Oklahoma beat Arkansas State 72-0, Arkansas beats Western Carolina. You remember the Catamounts 56-13. I mean, you just had blowout after blowout after blowout. Aside from, we left one major one off. TCU and Colorado watching Deion Sanders. That was pretty cool. Prime time. I mean, that's pretty cool. But overall, the first weekend of college football, you're just watching these FCS teams get their croutons kicked in by FBS teams, and it's just not very fun. But I still watched football pretty much all day long on Saturday. Hey, what is up, y'all? Good to see you.
Got my last fantasy draft tomorrow night. I've been in this league for over 15 years. It feels like.
Now,
a bunch of people from high school, and this is the first year we're not doing keepers, which is kind of good because we've had the same keepers for years. I had Des Bryant for a while.
Yeah.
So we're doing fresh start, fresh clean slate. So I'm kind of happy with that.
Yeah,
but anyway,
I've never done the fantasy football. I've been asked to do it so many times. I'm like, look, I devote Saturday to college football. If I ever got hooked into the NFL all day long on Sunday, my wife would probably be one very unhappy camper, and I'm just not going to do it. One day of football over the weekend is all I can really muster, anyways. Oh my gosh! Hey, we're getting some.
It's a pre-scalp. We're allowed to talk about a little bit.
We're pre-scalping with sports. Hey, good to see so many of y'all in the chat already. We got just under 2 minutes left to go till we hit this show running. We got lots of good stuff for you planned tonight. And Joe, I don't even want to get into. How was your Labor Day? How was your Labor Day, Joe? Did you labor at all?
I did. I sent Travis some pictures of my living room.
I
sold 150 hats.
Did you have to pause that?
Kind of like this hat, but I did. I had to pause it. It was just going nonstop.
Joe can't meet the demand.
It was crazy. I mean, yeah. So we're gonna try and fill this order. They got 100 boxes left to do, and then we'll throw up some more. I got some more hats coming in for inventory. So it's been fun. It's been crazy. I mean, the comments I've gotten on this video, it relates to a politician. And it's just
he was recently arrested. His mugshot was monetized before any joker on the internet could even get to it. Like he was already a step ahead, wasn't he?
Oh yeah, I got a retired.
Paula, good to see Paula back. Yeah, I can't wait to see what Paula's got for us tonight. Go ahead, Joe. Sorry.
Yeah, no, I got he's a retired army sergeant or something. He's like, I want 2 of them. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna set 2 aside for you. But yeah, it's just nuts that I was literally just looking at my phone. It's like notification after notification, and yeah, it was just crazy.
It's I remember when I used to print the vinyl for my budget lawn shirts by myself. It gets a little overwhelming when it's not your job to create merchandise. I can't imagine what you're doing with 140
Whoa.
something hats. Hey, Joe, not to cut you off, but guess what, man? It is time to go. Y'all, this
We're
is
live.
this
Not.
is, this is another episode of It's the Budget Water Show. Y'all, hey, what is this? 3 Tuesdays in a row now, Joe. We're here on Tuesday nights, 9 o'clock Eastern Time, 8 o'clock Central. Here on the Budget Lawns channel for the Budget Water Show. It's me, Travis, and Joe from Waterboy Productions. Hey, if you're not subscribed to Joe over at Waterboy Productions, and you're wondering about what we're talking about, this hat that he's been selling, Joe is killing it, creating custom hats and etched pint glasses and all sorts of cool stuff on his CO2 laser, which is pretty sweet. So if you're into that kind of thing, go check him out. But Joe, hey, I want to go ahead and get this out of the way while we're talking about how we're here on Tuesday nights. I want to go ahead and give everybody an early heads up. I think it's 2 weeks from now. There will not be a show. Joe, I hadn't even told you yet, okay? But there will not be a show 2 weeks from now because guess what I have that night, Joe? I was going to tell
Back to school now.
well, we're back to school, but I was going to tell you before the show started, but I was running into some not technical difficulties, but I couldn't figure some things out, and but I was going to give you the heads up before I gave everybody else, but here we are. No show in 2 weeks because we have parent-teacher conferences, okay? I've got parent-teacher conferences at work 2 Tuesdays from now, and, work calls. This comes second, so we'll be doing that. But, yeah, we hope everybody had a good Labor Day. If you're here for the first time, welcome. If you're a regular, we appreciate your continued support. Make sure you give us a thumbs up. Comment in the chat, subscribe to both channels if you're new, and become part of this on the reg on Tuesday nights, 9 o'clock Eastern, 8 o'clock Central. Joe, you got any
Yes.
beginning words for us?
Yeah. Back in 1976, the first episode of The Muppet Show aired. It was co-created by Jim Henson, and obviously the TV series became hugely popular, known for a cast of puppet characters that included Kermit the Frog and Miss Piggy. So, like they say, the rest is history. It's crazy that it still goes on to this day. It's
I
one
know,
of those
right?
shows. It's timeless, I guess you could say.
Did you watch a lot of it, The Muppets?
Well, what's funny is we've been showing our kids older Disney movies, and we were showing them the Jungle Book today. It's just I was telling my wife that I had it on VHS,
yeah.
and the kids today, it's just so funny. They can just click that button and just skip ahead or rewind.
And you think
And
they're
when
ever going back to the Disney
No,
classics? Hell no.
No, and when you had the VHS, when you were fast forwarding, you had that fuzziness on the screen. It's and you don't. It's just like.
Did you have the
Disney's
Disneys in the big huge plastic VHS covers, and they had the little sleeve thing? Yeah, that's how we had all of our. I mean, golly, I wonder.
My parents saved them for the longest time in like a box, and then eventually I was just like, what am I gonna do with them?
You think those things are going to be worth something one day until nobody owns a VCR and nobody can even play the darn thing, and then it's absolutely worthless. Hey, I hate it. Man, it seems like we've said last week it was Bob Barker. This week it's Jimmy Buffett. Should we dedicate this episode to Jimmy Buffett? I don't know how many parrot heads we have out there.
I would pour one out, but it'll get on the desk. But
we finished off the unofficial end to our summer last night. We made homemade ice cream and had Jimmy Buffett vinyl spinning on the record player, the Havana Daydreamin' album, and that's how we wrapped up Labor Day. I guess now it's kind of officially time to kind of start transitioning into fall. Labor Day's behind us. The wife's already put out the fall colors around the house, so I guess that means we're full steam ahead on fall. She made a good point. You bet, Jared. Appreciate you, man. My wife made a good point. If you wait until October, or at least the astronomical start of fall, Christmas, you get it up so early now. Like it's like you barely get to enjoy the fall colors with the pumpkins and the greens and reds and oranges, or yellows, reds, and oranges, and like the scarecrows and all that crap. So you really got to get it up right after Labor Day.
Oh yeah, like I got my LED lights, my pixel lights are all orange and yellow right now.
Orange. What
Um,
the hell is orange?
orange, yeah, orange
It's
and
orange. Oh, it's
orange,
orange.
orange, and I got a pumpkin on the chimney. I got a ghost on our front vent thing on our gable of our roof, and then I got a ghost down below next to the two arches I made.
Because
Pops to show
your
that.
kids made you climb up in the attic to get all the Halloween stuff down early, right?
Well, so the pixel lights are the ghost and the pumpkins and stuff, but they made me get down this spider thing that jumps out at you, that they got last year at Spirit Halloween on after Halloween that was cheaper to get.
Oh yeah,
Um,
we're always in on those. Well, not the Halloween
yeah,
places, but Hobby Lobby after Christmas. Good gosh, man.
but yeah, I wanted to decorate the inside because I'm the decorator, and my wife's like, "Nah, let's wait another week because it's like 90. Tomorrow's gonna be like 97.
Well, I see
I mean,
Paula says in the chat that leaves are already starting to fall like crazy. They're falling like crazy here too because everything's been so dry that it's just crisping up and falling. But Joe, I'm going to be peeking out the window a little bit tonight because we got a 60% chance of severe storms. So
nice.
about the time this show ends tonight, we should see a little bit of lightning on the horizon. We haven't had rain in 3 weeks, so I'm just hoping, even if we got a quarter, half an inch out of this deal, I would be tickled to death. Man, hey, good to see so many of y'all in the chat, Joe. I think it's time that if we wait any longer on this, our sponsors probably going to get frustrated that their non-sponsored dollars are not going to good use. But I think Joe. I think Joe's having a little bit too much fun with his wang, and tonight we came across a sponsor that wanted in on a little bit of the action, and he has a question for everyone, Joe.
Got Wang?
Gosh.
Uh,
You know,
Good
Joe.
old, good old Big Mac. Mark McGuire, baby. I mean, he was a little, he was a little.
You're
I can't even.
speechless. See,
Uh,
I think I'm gonna have to start screening these things.
uh,
Joe sends me this one today, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't ever know what he's gonna throw at me. I'm like, maybe
so
I'm gonna have to
I
start screening these a little bit more.
I usually Google celebrity advertisements, and I kind of just run through them, get an idea. And I saw Got Milk came up, and I'm like, oh, this could work, And then I was finishing up something else to play later tonight about my Wang, and I'm like, this fits in perfect with Mark McGuire. I mean, he needs a Wang after all of his steroids that he
It's
used to
so
take.
funny
So
you sent this because I just
you
saw a
know,
little interview clip with him the other day talking about, how it just was the way it was back in the 90s. And really, you owe
yeah,
him, Barry Bonds, and Sammy Sosa, guys like me as a kid, little kids back in the 90s, they made Major League Baseball interesting. I
oh yeah,
mean,
I
anytime the Cardinals or the Cubs or what is it, San Francisco, why am I drawing a blank on the Giants? Anytime they played, you wanted to watch just to see if one of those guys was going to hit dingers.
Well, I mean, one of my earliest memories of going to the like Veteran Stadium, was my grandfather taking me to see Mark McGuire. And we got there real early to watch him do batting practice. I mean, he was hitting these things like they were like tennis balls. I mean, they were just flying. And that stadium was very, circular. So that distance that like hit that straight ahead, like center field, it was awesome. I still can picture like seeing him, and then even him coming over to. We sat on the third baseline, and I could still picture him coming over and signing autographs. I mean, it was just.
It was a
I mean,
monster,
this was
huh?
he was on. This was when he was on the Cardinals. I mean, this is his heyday. I mean, it was just
Yeah, because
crazy.
most of the guys back in the '90s look like our dads. I mean,
Yeah.
especially in the '80s with the mustaches, like it was just like, who is this guy? When I worked at the TV station down in Florida, a girl that worked at the station with me, her husband played Major League Baseball for years. I think he might still. Is Darren O'Day uh, he played for the Orioles, played for the Angels, played for the Braves, I think. For a little bit, but most of these ball players, you don't know who they are. We used to go out and eat at like B Dubs or whatever, and be out in public, and he looked just like a regular guy. A guy like Mark McGuire walks in a room, yeah, he's going to look a little bit different, all juiced up like he was was back in the day. Hey, I do want to get some feedback from folks, Joe. If you have not been watching over the last few weeks and you're wondering what the heck Mark McGuire is doing with a robot lawnmower in his hand and a fruit for a mustache, go back and check out previous episodes. All right, and to those that have been watching, can the Wang get old? Do we need to give Joe's Wang a rest for like the next at least the next week? Or does the joke never get old? I don't know, Joe. We'll let them decide.
Yeah, we'll let them. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see a little later on.
Ken Griffey, man, the way he used to just, and then his finish when that left arm would go back and he would put the tip of the bat on the dirt. Golly. Yeah. Paula says the Wang should be discussed every week. Paula. All right. Well, if you say so, we'll keep the Wang in the show until further notice. Hey, Joe, tonight's episode, we had I know it's not grammatically correct. I'm waiting on the grammar police because I'm part of the squad to tell me that funner's not a word. But, I'm going to start kind of explaining where the inspiration from that for like our title and our thumbnail came from. This is funner, Joe. Like being a regular lawn dad or mom and just taking care of your lawn like a regular homeowner is just fine, It's just fine. And our Friends Appreciation post tonight, Joe, I think is a great example of that. We have one bad A lawn from Georgia tonight, and it is a beautiful Bermuda lawn. Would you expect anything different? From Mr. Will Ward from Georgia. What do you think of that, Joe?
I mean, it looks good to me. I mean, there's probably a couple areas that that could be a little bit worked on, but I don't know. There's something about shortcut grass. It just looks so. It looks like carpet to me.
I mean, look at
it. Every time I see these Bermuda lawns, I just get more and more jealous.
Hey, I keep hearing from people that are saying, look, I'm from New York. I'm from New Jersey. I've got Bermuda. I've got Zoysia. When are you going to take the leap and at least try part of it in just a section of your lawn?
Because I'm not one of those lawn YouTubers that just kill off my lawn for content and then sprig it or whatever and just like, oh, look, I grew Bermuda. Like maybe if my lawn got really bad, I would do it, but I'm not one of those YouTubers that are going to do it just for the content,
Hey, Paula, I got no feedback for you. I got no feedback at all. What? This is just a clean Bermuda grass lawn, and what makes it look so clean, Joe? And I want to pull up this other picture here. Will sent us a couple really good pictures. Is just look at the clean lines and everything, and especially the mulched areas. People with Bermuda grass and trees in their lawn will just struggle and struggle and struggle underneath the tree canopy trying to get something to work there. And Will's got it figured out in these pictures. Look, just don't fight the battle with shade and Bermuda grass. Look how clean and good that looks with some mulched areas under the tree, some landscaping up around the house and the front sidewalk. I mean, there's really not much you can complain about for a yard that looks like this. Not to mention, that's a lot of turf, it looks like. Hey, Paula, how big is your husband's yard? How big is your husband? How big is your husband's yard? Because that's a lot of square feet. Will has been part of hanging out here on Budget Lawns for some time now. He's been very active in the comment sections and 50. That's it. Man, that just looks like
a lot more.
A big yard. Must be is that just the front yard? But still, that's more space than I've got. But I tell you what, Will has been part of this channel for some time now, and when he sent these pictures, it was kind of the inspiration for the thumbnail and the title tonight. Because conversations I've had with him in the comment section, unless I've read the book wrong, he's just a regular lawn dude, just a regular lawn dad, and he has fun doing it. He doesn't go overboard. He doesn't put all of his time, effort, money, and his whole being into his turf grass. And look what he is still able to accomplish. I mean, it's hard to.
I'm Paul. Don't I'm not trying to criticize you too much. Like it looks good. I mean, I don't know. I just expect it to be like a little bit darker, like Doc's lawn with the super juice. Maybe good. If you're looking.
Go ahead, John.
If you're looking to get ripped off, I mean, maybe try that.
All
But
right,
or the Super Shocker or whatever it's called.
I'm going to come to Will right here, and this is one thing that, and I'm glad you brought this up, Joe. It kind of flows right into my next topic, going along with our title and thumbnail tonight. Look, I'm totally back to rotary mowing now. I've been rotary mowing the back lawn. I've been reel mowing the front with a manual reel mower. And look, I'm telling you, the shorter you go on Bermuda grass. Hey, Paula, how tall is your husband cutting his grass right now? What's his height of cut? Is he sitting right there next to you? Tell old Will to get in here. Come on, be part of the conversation. What's the height of cut on that? Because I'm back to rotary mowing, and one of my reasons for going back to rotary mowing, aside from just really enjoying it, 5/8 of an inch. He's just barely over half an inch. On Bermuda grass, the shorter you go, you're going to sacrifice color. I mean, it just is what it is. It's not going to be as dark green as it would be if you left a little bit of length on top. So the shorter you go, especially around that half-inch mark, 3/4 of an inch, it's going to look more like this. So you cool season folks, Joe, might not expect such a lighter green color, but I'm back to rotary mowing everywhere. I've bumped it up to about 1.5 inches, and I tell you what, you get a much darker green color like that. That's one incentive. 2, I'm enjoying rotary mowing. 3, the hills and slopes around my house are just brutal, and no matter how I try to fight it and get out there and reel mow, it just makes it tough. So the rotary mower makes it a lot more enjoyable. He said he was doing 16.48. Now he's doing 24.011. 10. That's Rob. Well, hey, Will, whatever Will is doing on that yard down there in Georgia, it's working. Man, we appreciate you sharing those pictures with us tonight. And Joe, I've already got some for you for next week. Remind me to touch base with you about that. Jared from up in the Pacific Northwest sent us his lawn, Bermuda up there, Joe, in the Pacific Northwest. It's an interesting story. I've got all the details on it. We'll talk about that in next week's show.
Yeah.
Joe, what are you doing in the yard now?
Nothing.
Nothing?
I threw down a half a pound of nitrogen 2 weeks ago. We haven't gotten any rain. We're hopefully going to get rain later this week. It's 82 degrees right now outside. It says on my computer, and tomorrow the high is a 97. It's a record tomorrow. So we're supposed to get some rain hopefully Thursday and the Friday, and then the temperature hopefully will plummet. Because in 2 weeks I got that craft fair, and I definitely don't want it to be 90 degrees. So yeah, I'm kind of just like sitting and waiting. I mean, there's a couple spots that are just still a little patchy, and
the Wang's still out there doing all the work for you, right?
Still, actually, I'll confess, I did take out the rotary on Saturday. I think it was Saturday morning.
That make you feel more like a true lawn fan?
Not really. I hated it. I mean, I was just kind of trying to get it like the top layer off, so it kind of, when the Wang comes out, it has a nice even cut, and it can stay. I
imagine it's got to be cleaned up with a regular lawnmower every once in a while.
Yeah, it has to. It's just because the grass really does lay over from the Wang. I mean, it's just something about it. It just.
I wonder if when they created that, do you think they had intended it to be on a tall fescue lawn? No, I know we've talked about this before.
Yeah, they intended it to be more of a shortcut grass. I mean, it's just hard because, like I said last week, you just can't keep taking the height of cut down. You're going to eventually, scalp the hell out of it. I mean, so I think once a month you might have to get your rotary out, maybe twice a month, just to clean it up, to get that suction to pull up the grass blades so you get a nice cleaner cut.
Well, was it Turf Culture that started reel mowing some tall fescue low just up around St. Louis? Did you see that?
I did see that. I don't watch a ton of these people anymore, so but for obvious reasons. But where was I going?
Joe, you got it.
Um,
Have you had a long day at work? I tell you what it was.
uh,
It was,
it's a
having a 3 day
it was the
weekend.
first day back, and then
It feels like Monday, right?
I'm stressed out of my mind about these 100 hats that I got to do. So
So if you missed the pre-scout, Joe has
yeah,
been cutting leather patches with the former 45 president's mugshot on them, and put it up on TikTok to kind of dribble, shoot, and hope for the best. See what happens. Well, what happened was he sold 140 something caps, and now he's scrambling around like a retailer low on merchandise with high
uh,
demand.
I went to 3 Dollar Trees to get boxes. I went to 2 Staples to get boxes this weekend. Yeah. So
Okay, okay, Joe, I'm not cutting you off, but we got to take this one, okay? We got to take this. Read the comments, okay? Me neither. If Bill says something about this lawn community, I'm going to take it not with a grain of salt. I'm going to take it with gospel truth because Joe, Bill has been one of the OGs. He's been in this lawn care YouTube community for years now, and if Bill is seeing things kind of, what do you say, falling flat, then there's got to be some merit to that. Would you agree, Joe?
oh, yeah, I would agree. I mean, it's hard to come up with content. I mean, me and you both know that. I mean, it's hard to come up with stuff every week or every 2 weeks whenever you're putting out videos. And when you're just seeing the same things every year, other than the guys that might have like, big farms or big houses and big land that they can do different things on, and you want to see what they're doing. But eventually, I I feel like those people are going to even come out, run out of ideas too, and um, it's hard. I just think it's that's why I like what I'm doing with my laser and different things. I hate to stroke my ego, but I can come up with different patches and different ideas and different drawings and different designs, and some of it I come up with myself, some of it I get inspired by other people. But yeah, it just I agree with Bill. I mean, and then you got people like Yardbra we talked about that are just really put a damper on the community, if you
It, you
want to
know,
call it. I really don't call it a community because no one really called them out other than a few people, but a real community would call that person out, and
well,
all, you
there's a
know.
mentality in our culture that says I'm staying out of that. That's not my business. Blah blah. Well, that's how people always get away with things and fly under the radar. In it's kind of manipulative or takes advantage of innocent people when it comes to that. And it really frustrates me the more I think about it because with the profession that I have, the job that I'm in, and the more I kind of see kids that I'm with all day, every day, and just think about the fact that he put those age kids through something more disgusting than we could possibly ever imagine, and is still just chugging right along in front of everybody's faces like it never happened, and still not letting his comments on his videos be shown as a way to, I guess, hide or restrict people's speech, is just shady in my opinion, and I don't understand why there's not
John,
more being done about it.
John's got a good point with the daytime soaps. I'm guilty of watching them when my grandpa would watch me or my grandparents. They would always have General Hospital on. But I think it's a little bit different with grass. Like, how many times can you watch somebody stripe a lawn?
Well,
I mean,
here's the reason why, Joe. The reason why
I don't know.
it's recycled content all the time is because, let's face it, okay, we're a bunch of uh, we're a bunch of goobers by most people's account, right? We're a bunch of geeks, a bunch of dorks, nerds, because we like to I mean, name 5 people that when you tell them you like grass, they actually go, "Oh, wow, that's awesome, me too," that aren't already doing this stuff on YouTube. Okay, but the fact of the matter is, most people really don't care about it. The vast majority of people don't, but what they do care about is they want to know simple ways to make their lawn better. Not great, not amazing, not a golf course, but just better. So when they get onto YouTube to search for these things, they're not looking for a place to hang out, a place to make friends, a place to call home. So the recycled topics keep getting regurgitated over and over and over and over because they're the ones people watch. You try to throw something new out there, something fresh, something, I don't know, actually worth something that has a little bit of value, and you can't even get people to watch it because it's not the same old thing. I mean, I think of a video I did last summer. You know, my background, I had some weather experience, was a weatherman on TV, and I did a video explaining how I use the percent chance of precipitation as a way to decide whether or not I'm going to water my lawn, how your precipitation chances really work and what they mean and when I'll trust them and when I won't. And I thought, man, this is just a different video, a different angle to go about watering your lawn. Nobody cared because it didn't say, oh, you have to do this if you want nice grass, or the secret to nice grass. And if you don't put those standard clickbait titles and thumbnails, you're just setting yourself up for failure.
I still don't know what a dew point and is different than a humidity, and I never will. I'll just text Travis and say, "Hey, help me out, weatherman."
All right, sorry, did I start going on there, Joe? But it's true. I think maybe it's just a matter of time till more people. I don't know. Is this one of those genres across YouTube that can really grow? There are some people doing it. I mean, there are some people doing it in a really big way.
Western Mass brings up a good point, and it seems like this in the lawn camera community more than anything, that it seems like professionals watch to see what other like DIYers or other people like us are doing out there. And I know I don't go YouTubing what other accountants are doing in the world. Like I just don't like. Do you see what other, like, do you Google like a teacher YouTube channels? Like I don't do that for accounting. Like I don't even know if there are any that exist.
It's kind of
it's kind of weird. I guess I don't know. It seems like the lawn care community is always more that way.
I think
are watching the other ones, and like my profession, I'm not watching what other people are doing.
It is kind of I've gotten hate in the past. Oh, you just do this YouTube channel because you need validation from other people, and you want other people to follow you, and you're egotistical, and you're this and you're that and you're blah blah blah. I started this just because I enjoy it and wanted to find a place to hang out and talk to people about it. If I was really that way, then I would start a YouTube channel about teaching, like people do with their lawn care businesses, about how they're going to help the elderly and help the veterans and help the disabled. You could see me out there going, oh, stroke me because I'm a teacher and look at what I do for kids and children and all the youth of our... No, I don't do that. Just like I have a journalism degree. You don't see me out there with a journalism channel out there complaining about all the bad journalism or the not professional journalists because they didn't go to journalism school. I don't want to be involved in the things. This is my outlet. It's not where I want my work and my life and all those to kind of commingle. This is fun. This is a getaway. It's my hobby, just like people go on the lake, just like people work out in gyms, just like people have farms and horses and animals. I like doing lawn care. So I've just simply turned a hobby into a place to hang out with new friends that we make daily and come hang out with us every single week. That's it. That's all it is. So yeah, I'm not here because I'm trying to brag. I'm not here because I need you to like me. And some people can't deal with that. And if you don't like it, there's plenty of other places to go. Go somewhere else.
Enough of the community.
Yeah, no, I think it's fun though. I think it's great conversation because when I see people like Bill bring it up, it does. I respect Bill for his long time, not just support of this channel, but support of this whole community. If you've ever watched a YouTube video, 99% of the time you're going to go down in the comments at one point and you would see Super TA in the comments. I mean, that's just the way it is. So if Bill says something, it's going to pique my interest. And Bill, thank you for adding that to the conversation. Yeah, look where I'm at now. Joe and I hated each other, but maybe, 12 months ago. Joe was the biggest D-bag in lawn care space on YouTube. And here we are. And he thought the same about me. Look, feeling was mutual.
I really think it's been not as entertaining this year for a lot of people because I'm not hating on people. and I'm not blasting people. I think it's been very mellow. So sorry to the community out there.
Well, here's one last thing I'll say about this, Joe. I got into it with some guy in the comments today. It's just funny because these people give you constructive criticism. It's like walking into a taco restaurant and saying, "I don't like your tacos. You should sell burgers. Go to a burger restaurant." Or I don't like your sandwiches. You should really be selling fried fish and catfish. Go to a catfish restaurant. And they tell you these things as a way to, I don't know, be the almighty viewer that's trying to give you helpful, constructive criticism. And I just laugh at it because I was talking to somebody about this the other day. If you really think about this whole game, people like to call me and you and anyone else that makes the videos the creators, right? We're the creators. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I would agree with that. Yeah.
I almost think it's backwards. We're not the creators. The people in the comment section and the viewers are really the ones creating the game. We're the ones just playing by their rules. And sometimes it is the hate stuff. It is the arguing back in comments with them to get them to keep commenting on the channel for engagement. It is slightly negative content from time to time that piques people's interest and keeps them coming back. And I reference them all the time here on the show. If you don't know what I'm talking about and you don't believe me, go check out Sports Card Radio. It is a sports card hobby collectible radio or a YouTube channel that does a weekly live stream. I have more subscribers than them. And Joe, they're pulling in what? 1,000 viewers a week on a live stream?
It's crazy.
I mean, a week live. I have more subscribers. We're sitting at 32 people right now. They will do a live stream this Thursday night with fewer subscribers than me, and they'll have 1,000 people watching.
Well, you know who's creeping up on your subscribers?
Joe's about to pass me on subscribers.
I know, that's crazy. If you guys are interested in it's one of Pat's favorite YouTube videos of mine. Go check it out. It's called Philly Lawn Care. It's all related to Philly lawn care. It is Pat's favorite video, hands down. So go check it out, guys, on my channel.
All right. Hey, I know we've been ranting there.
Love you, Pat.
I like the rants. And, some people hate it. The sissies get sad. But you know what? Budget Lawns, my channel has grown and become what it is because of the things that I have found people like. And for some odd reason, everybody likes a good rant every once in a while. But that's where we're going to end the rant for tonight. Hey, is it Rover Kane? Mr. Rover Kane's going to send me a life alert after I fell off the retaining wall last week. So I'll try to carry my phone around with the video recording a little bit more often so I can catch the more, happenstance stuff. Is that how you say it? All right.
Yeah.
Wait, we want a Joe rant. Joe's rant's coming. Don't worry. But
it's coming. That's a good one tonight.
But I mentioned in my post,
and I really love this guy too. So
I know anyway. That's what when Joe sent me his I
was like, I don't know if I could do this. Like I met him last year at GIE. I'm like, I don't know. We'll see.
When Joe sent me his hot take today, I was like, wait a second. Joe's always talked really highly of this guy.
What I like is like when I'm at work, I'm working, and I texted you earlier. I haven't come up with a hot take, and I'm taking a break from what I was doing, and I'm looking at my phone, and I see this. I'm like, mother effer, and I'm like, there it goes. There's the rant. There's the hot take for tonight. So
TR player, you trying to get me on another rant? That's what. TR player, you trying to get me or Joe on a rant? We're not falling for that mess. Hey, good to see you back in the chat. I don't know if you were here last week. We did sing your praises for a little bit, even though I thought I might have pushed you away. But great to see you again. Hey, Joe, I said it in my post this morning that, I got sidetracked. But wait till Joe's his hot take tonight, okay? It's a good one. But I sent this to Joe last night and I said, hey, Joe, could we use this for the show? And he sent back, yes, I'll send you a graphic in the morning.
And then all I get is a text back with like the laugh emoji.
Just like 5 laughing emojis. So my wife sent me this last night. And just like with Joe's hot take tonight, I've always said, to friends and when I used to own a business, our employees and stuff, if we're not taking jabs at you, it usually means we don't like you, right? It's okay to bust balls and take shots. So nobody get your panties all. Well, you're probably wearing panties if you can relate to this picture. But my wife sent this to me last night, and Joe took out electric cars, and we added something else for lawn folks. I mean,
Oh
I
God.
mean, would you agree or disagree?
Well, we probably lost Super TA here. Yeah, he's probably never gonna watch our show again because I know he's a big advocate for his Milwaukee electrical lawnmower. So, but Bill seems like one tough guy. I wouldn't want to mess with, especially from where he's from in my
He's from
area.
Jersey. Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah.
There's
Trying
Joe Jersey and then there's Bill Jersey, right?
yeah. There's yeah. Um, I don't know where Bill's originally from, but yeah, there's yeah. But anyway, yeah. Um, yeah, I thought this was funny too.
When my wife
I've
sent me
seen
this, my first
I've
thought
seen
went,
this meme. I've seen this meme go around a while,
was it
but
about electric cars?
no, it was about something else.
So
Um,
look, if you're gonna hate, don't hate on me. Like right when my wife sent it to me, I was like, oh snap! Hey, you think we could put this on the show tomorrow night, but take off electric cars and put electric battery lawnmowers? Yeah, I guess it should have said battery lawnmowers, one of the two, but either one. And right when I asked her that, she without hesitation said, yeah. So it went straight to Joe. Bam.
it was good. It was I thought it was funny. Hey, I mean, I'm using my Wang, so I can't really say anything. So
Yeah, you're using battery juiced from solar power, and you don't even have to do anything anymore. So,
yeah,
shoo,
I mean,
I'm not even gonna say what I want to say about that.
yeah, mine vibrates really well. So
Gosh dang, Joe. Hey, TR Play, did you leave us? Hey guys, y'all are doing awesome in the chat tonight. Thank y'all for keeping that thing moving and moving. Y'all are the best. Make sure you've hit that thumbs up button. That stuff really does go a long way. I hate being that. Joe, you do it for me. I don't want to say it. It makes me feel needy, It makes me feel needy.
what's that? Um, I'm sorry. It's been a long day. It really has.
Joe's just like staring out into outer space.
I was thinking something else. I'm thinking about the Wang video and which one you're gonna play.
Don't
So
don't
like,
think ahead, Joe. Just be in the now. Just be
uh,
in the now. Hey, I do want to tell people. A lot of people have been asking me where I'm at in my lawn. I said that I'm totally rotary mowing now. I'm 100% Troy-Bilt TB130. It and I are putting in the hard work every 3 or 4 days. But it is just past Labor Day weekend. If you're a Bermuda grass lawn, most locations, look, if you're further south, you got a little bit of time to wait. But generally, especially up in the transition zone, if you have not put down your final round of fertilizer for the year, latter part of August, first part of September is usually go time on that. It's not going to be a full rate. I put down less than half a pound of nitrogen per thousand. Really, you want just a pinch of nitrogen. You don't want to push growth that much. Putting more potassium down than anything is going to help strengthen that grass going into dormancy and over the winter. That way, you are not faced with a whole lot in the way of winter kill or damage coming out of dormancy next spring. So that's kind of where I'm at in the lawn. Last fertilizer's down. We'll wait a couple weeks until we get pre-emergent down. Usually that goes down around the astronomical start to fall, which is September 22nd this year. It's usually the 21st to 23rd, 20th or 23rd, somewhere in there, with the meteorological start to fall being September 1st. So we'll wait a couple weeks on pre-emergent. Joe, you're going the pre-emergent this year. We talked about a
yeah.
little bit last week, and
Normally I would.
not
Yeah,
your
normally. Yeah, normally I would overseed over Labor Day weekend. But this year, I did not. I'm waiting to put that pre-emergent down until I see us in that 80-degree mark. Temperature wise, it's just super hot. I can't take the heat anymore. I'm just like I'm so over it, and I mean it sucks you can't go into the pool as much um, when that temperature really does go down. But hey, I rather take that cooler temps any day of the week, and my lawn could use it as well. It's definitely brown in some spots. Um, and so hopefully after this rain that comes later this week and things start to cool down a little bit, things will pick back up. But we'll see.
Hey, I saw Scott there. All right, good. Western Mass. Hey, I'm glad to see you back in there. I wanted to make sure you were. I was about to ask if you were still there after uh, addressing your comment from earlier above, because I did want to finish saying I get it though, because when it comes to, you know, the guys that are professions in this industry, they're dealing with a lot more than just a bunch of jokers online making YouTube videos about lawn care that don't know what they're talking about. They also have to deal with environmentalists and government restrictions and all sorts of stuff. So I didn't want you to think that we didn't, understand or at least appreciate what lawn professionals, have to do when it comes to keeping close eye on some of the content that gets thrown around out there. Um, Hey, I saw somebody, Scott. You were talking about that. All right, good deal, man. Scott, you were talking about the Expert Gardener Triple 10. Is you haven't been able to find it? So everybody knows that I love my Expert Gardener Triple 10. It's just the generic stuff from Walmart. But I have made a change. It's still a Triple 10, which this new lawn, I'll probably stay with a Triple 10 through the rest of this year and part of next year. But I'll probably switch to something a little less phosphorus in years to come once the lawn gets more established. But I have switched to this Landscaper Select Triple 10 because I've been able to get it through my local hardware store, has started ordering it for me. And it's pretty much the exact same thing as the Expert Gardener. But what I love about it is when you get fertilizer from Walmart, the bags are usually busted all up to no get out. They usually are wet, so you get such major clumping of the fertilizer prills inside the
I
bag.
hate it when it gets wet.
And it just clogs up your spreader. Well,
Oh,
I had my friends over at the hardware store in Fayetteville ordered some of the Landscaper Select Triple 10. I'm telling you, the bag was dry. It poured out so smoothly, went into the hopper.
mm.
I never had to break anything up. It was just perfect. So maybe try
When
to
it get
look around some of your local hardware places and see if they have a Triple 10 like that that's been stored indoors. And I think you'll be a little bit happier with the quality of the product in the bag.
Yeah, I hate when it gets all wet and hard, and I mean, it's just you gotta shake it loose.
Paula, you know what? I don't know. I don't know. The more I have rotary mowed that backyard and experimented with different things to try to take it down really low as I can with the rotary mower, I
The fuck you
I,
talking about, Super TA?
I think. What do you say?
English. I
Uh,
don't know.
I think. I don't know what he's saying. Maybe it's just phosphorus. Okay, so hi, Malone. I think, Apollo, that I think. How many times are you gonna say I think, Travis? For crying out loud, spit it out. I'm sounding like you.
Spit it out.
I'm sounding like you, Joe. We're gonna do it live. We're gonna do it live. I, we have gotten so accustomed to watching these YouTube videos saying that you if you're gonna have beautiful low cut Bermuda grass turf, it has to be done with the reel mower. Man, I have been able to get some more of the flatter spots, smoother spots in my lawn. And those smoother spots that I have taken really low with the rotary mower, is it as perfectly cut and clean as a real mower? No, but dang it, you can get a super nice, sharp, I mean quality cut, short grass, Bermuda turf lawn with a rotary mower. You just can. So I'm not really sure that I'm going to go back to a whole lot of real mowing. I think my plan moving forward is just to focus on really smoothing things out with sand, because that's really the biggest hiccup when it comes to cutting low with a rotary mower. Bumps, dips, you know, all sorts of humps and lumps that just make your rotary mower hit wrong. And if you get it smoothed out with a lot of sand, you really can get such a nice low cut Bermuda grass turf that you don't have to have a real mower. But it's going to take the sand and that hard work to make
Oh
that
God.
possible. And what are we laughing about now? What?
Nothing.
You
I
want
just,
TR Play's trying to get me riled up here. Of course, I hadn't pushed a Hudson Star. You haven't bought me one yet, man. They're $2,200. Did you? I don't think. I
it'd
don't.
be a nice Christmas gift this
It
year.
would be a lovely Christmas gift. I mean, it would be so lovely. But again, you still have to mow solo with a Hudson Star. You have to mow so often with it. And the plant growth regulator, all that jazz. Not interested. But I don't think TR Play has seen last week's episode where we talked about, reasonably priced equipment versus unreasonably priced equipment. TR Play, let us know in the comments. Did you, after our conversation last week, did you skip the show or did you watch it? You have
I'm sure he saved for that before he spent his money on that
they're
$1 million landscape.
They're called home equity loans. You know a guy that owns a bank, and you go say, "Hey, man, I want a home equity loan, and I want it for this length of a time, and I want the best rate possible you can give me." And when it works out, and you get to pay it off in small chunks over a long period of time, it fits in the budget. Otherwise, that was a no-go on the budget. You know what I'm saying?
Where you maybe eventually one day get it forbidden by the government. Who knows?
Who knows?
I don't know.
I don't want a Hudson Star. Have I not made that clear? I don't want a Hudson Star.
You know what? You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna reach out to Hudson on my behalf. I'm gonna get one. I'm gonna say, hey, I got 26,000 subscribers. Can you send me a Hudson? And then I'm just gonna FedEx it right over to Travis's house.
That's why I don't have a Hudson Star. That's why I don't have all the fancy equipment, because I'm not sending emails every day begging people to send me stuff so I can do a review.
I'm gonna do that right now. Somebody get me the email to Hudson.
Yeah, Joe, get me one.
I'm on it.
I'm gonna get one. I don't want one. I tell you what, me and Troy have formed a new kind of relationship this summer since I've been rotary mowing so much more. Thanks, Bill. Here's some of the money I saved by BS Birds. That's funny. Thanks, Bill. You are the man. I appreciate that. All right. TR Play, we love you, man. We love you. No, but hey, just wait and see who's talking smack on September 16th when the Hogs take on BYU, and we'll see who has the upper hand after that. All right. Hey, we've gone on a little bit of a lawn care spiel here, Joe. For one last time, for good measure, if you BYU don't stand a chance. All right, I'm going to eat those words. Remember, 52 minutes into the live stream. One last look for all of our battery-operated and electric-operated lawnmower owners out there. You know, we still love you, but this had to be part of tonight's episode. Joe, what is this? You sent me this, and I was like, what is Joe? Where does this come into to a lawn care live stream?
I thought this was hilarious. I heard this on sports radio today that this Delta flight was forced to emergency land because there was a passenger. They were flying from Atlanta to Barcelona. They were literally over the Atlantic, and their diarrhea, they just couldn't control it. And I guess they called it a biohazard, and they had to turn around in the middle of the Atlantic and fly back. I would have been so pissed. I just thought this was hilarious. Like I never heard of anything like this before on a plane. Like somebody, like how bad could it be? Like that this diarrhea was like what did they eat? Like what happened?
That's my question. What did they eat in the terminal waiting on their flight to?
We were flying from from Philly to Dublin before we went to London. It was a stopover in Dublin, and this guy was flying back to Belfast, which is in Ireland.
Yeah,
and this guy was so drunk.
Titanic was docked there.
He literally almost fell over, and like on as he's walking on the plane, and then there was this mom and this daughter that were sitting next to him, and he just wouldn't shut the hell up. I'm like, I felt so bad for him because it's like I forget how many hours flight it is. I mean, it's over 4 hour flight, and I just was like, dude, like he was Irish. He could drink. He's going back to Belfast, and I just thought that when I saw that I thought of that situation with the drunk guy that I encountered, and yeah,
The hops got to his stomach. Didn't
damn,
they?
I swear, man, diarrhea, man. We were watching Jurassic Park the other day, and you gotta go, I guess.
Well, from diarrhea, from, from
Damn,
from diarrhea back to what else, Joe? Back,
my wang.
back to this. What is this video all about? Why did you send me this?
Well, this is my
Hold
this is my
on.
short.
Is this how you're cleaning it now?
This is how I'm cleaning it, but like like I'm really stimulating it really, really hard. And when you stimulate something really, really hard, what happens? It just explodes. I mean, look, well, boom, right in your face. And it was leaking everywhere. The Luba was just leaking
So
everywhere.
how did? But
and
seriously, how
money-
did this do that?
I don't know. Like it
Did you
somehow.
you put the hose underneath there? Did you hit it in the
No.
grass?
What are you talking about? Like, I don't know what
Dude,
you're
wait
talking
a
about.
second. One more time. Let's get the sound effect with it. Hold on. Wait
Like-
for it.
like,
wait
wait
for
for
it. Wait for it.
Bam! Right in your face.
No, but last time it was. Hold on. Let's go back. I'm gonna set you up one more time. Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it.
Oh, I messed it
You
up.
were supposed to go ba-doom.
I messed it up. Anyway.
My dog's up here. She's looking at me going, shut the heck up, dude. I'm trying to sleep. What is your deal?
This is I would consider this lawn corn more than anything.
Oh, dear God, help us all. All right, Joe, people can't wait any longer.
Oh.
They've been wondering how you going after a good old pal this evening. How they, my dog's embarrassed. She's like, Dad, give it a rest. I'm tired of hearing about Joe's wang every week. All right, what's
All right,
happening,
seriously,
Joe?
what the fuck are we doing? I mean, this is a Toro lawn striper, but we're attaching a stripe kit
I
to a
didn't even
Toro
notice it.
striper. I mean, like seriously, like obviously this lawnmower's junk. It's a piece of shit because you have to add a
To
striper
get really good
on
stripes, you
top
have to.
of the stripe of the. It's called the Toro stripe for God's sakes. And I love you, Clint. Like Clint, you're the best. You were super nice to me at GIE last year. I love talking to you, but seriously, like, what the fuck are we doing, people? I mean, like, come on. I mean, just call it what it is. The Toro stripe is junk, obviously, and it doesn't stripe well. You got to add the. Don't get me wrong. I have that stripe. kit.
Maybe
It's
he was
the-
going for those double dark stripes.
It's
Joe.
the big leagues stripe kit. I really like that stripe kit, but seriously, striper. Yeah, exactly, John. Striper on striper. Like
It's
that's a violation.
It's like
That's a
putting a
serious
lawnmower
violation.
on your lawnmower to cut the grass.
It's like this
Lipstick
is
on
when
a
we
pig.
know
There you
this
go.
is when you know YouTube lawn care has we can't come up with new ideas. We're doing dumb shit now. It's just like, all right, let's
Well,
let's calm down. Let's pump the brakes. Let's just let the grass be the grass, you know.
well,
So.
you know, it's hard to create content when the ones creating the game go after the same tired, not the lawn care fans, the people that really love lawn care, but the same tired topics keep getting, they're the ones that get the traction. So if it works, people just keep doing it. They just keep doing it. Something about lawn stripes on a cool season lawn and a thumbnail pic, they're going to work. I mean, they work. They work. I won't know anything about that because I have Bermuda, but whatever.
Bill, how much was it? Is it our Home Depot by us? Let me know because I'm kind of curious to go and see. I mean, I'm not going to buy one. If I bought one, I'd probably go burn it or something or throw it in the trash.
Do y'all do a lot of bonfires in the fall, Joe? I wonder how combustible that is.
Hey, they make great content, right?
Oh, don't say it, Paula. Don't say it. Oh, the you know that two-word phrase has gotten worse than the one-word domination. Um, Gosh, a stripe action. Go a little stripe, a little bit of stripe action. I hate it. I hate it. It's like as the youngsters say, it's so cringe. It's so cringe. Joe, we just hit an hour. With 1 hour left to go, that's when we roll into Joe's 5 with 5. It's also when we challenge you to not be lame and start dropping off because it might or might not be lawn care related. But Joe comes at us with some topic of ranking something of 5, and I had no idea what he's coming up with tonight. What do you got, Joe?
So actually tomorrow is my son's first day of school. He goes to first grade this
You
year.
just went to black, Joe.
Ooh,
Are you still there?
am I there?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm here.
All right. We can hear you. Keep going.
Oh no. All right, so I was saying my son's first day of school tomorrow. He goes in the first grade tomorrow, and so I was gonna do top 5 school related movies.
Ooh, because we did top 5. Was it
Can you hear
lunch? Can y'all hear Joe? I can hear Joe, but I think Joe is he's
I did top 5. I did top 5 school lunches, or like top 5 like snacks.
yeah. That's what
a
we
couple
did
weeks
last
ago,
week.
because it was your first day.
Yes, we can. Yeah, they can hear you, Joe. And Raptor Cat. No, I'm not calling y'all lame because you're still here. But you know the Uber grass only folks tend to dip out when we start talking about anything that doesn't revolve around MPK. But Joe, you're back. Let's hear what you
So
got.
yeah, so top 5 school related movies. Now this is like like a lot of this stuff takes place during the school day. Like it's hard to explain, but all right, number 5, coming in at number 5 is Grease.
Hmm.
I
Not,
know
none
that
of,
I knew this one was gonna be like
All right, y'all.
I just
Look, you give Joe
yeah.
hell in the comments if he misses
Uh,
tonight. We're gonna bring
Come
back
on,
the
John Travolta, Olivia
no,
Newton-John. I
no,
mean, come
no.
on.
We're gonna bring back the Joe ranking scale at the end of 5 for 5. You're
Yeah.
gonna get to rank Joe on a scale of 1 to 5. Joe
All right,
is batting zero.
number 4 is Varsity Blues.
Okay, I think that would probably be further up, but let's see what you've got.
It's questionable, but okay. Number 3 is Superbad.
Super bad is okay.
It's hilarious.
We're working our way into better territory. Not great yet.
Number 2 is Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Bueller. I got it. I mean,
I can't believe you even attempted that one.
yeah, that's hard.
Okay, that's fair.
And number 1 is Rest in Peace. Wow, I'm drawing a blank on his name. Robin Williams, Dead Poet Society.
Dead Poet Society. Okay,
That's a classic.
Here's just one off the top of my head. I might have squeezed a Kindergarten Cop in there.
Okay. I thought you were gonna say The Breakfast Club, or like Animal House.
Animal House is a good one.
Yeah, I was thinking Animal House is number 5, but
so there you would have had a little bit of college, but I was thinking Kindergarten Cop might be worked in there. Superbad is definitely good. I think Superbad's one of those that every single one of us can, in some way, shape, or form, relate to. Do you think a movie like Superbad? Do you think those guys would create that movie in today's environment, in today's climate?
No, they couldn't. They would all be canceled or whatever. And I mean, Bill Hader was hilarious in that movie. They're all hilarious. I was thinking of Risky Business as one. I did think of Revenge of the Nerds. I wouldn't call that like a laugh out loud movie. Like, I mean, these aren't all laugh out loud. Obviously, Dead Poet Society is not. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. There's not a ton of good school related movies that are from today.
Another good
because
one
you gotta
with,
because you have to be so careful what you do, you know?
what about Billy Madison? That's a good
Yeah,
one.
that's a good school-related movie.
Heck yeah, it
Yeah.
is. All right, y'all. That was 5 with 5. Listen, we've gone back to trying to hit these suckers at 1 hour. If we go over an hour, you can
Harry
slap
Potter.
us in the face. You can hit us in the face, but that does put us 10 seconds shy of the 1 hour mark. We've got our Friends Appreciation post for next week, and you can rest assured that we'll have lots of other stuff for you as well. Again, keep in mind 2 weeks from now, I'm giving you an early heads up. No show 2 weeks from now, but we will be here next Tuesday, the 12th of September, 9 o'clock Eastern Time, 8 o'clock Central, for another episode of the Budget Wooder Show. Joe, you got any parting words?
Go Birds.
Go Birds. When is the Eagles first? Who do they got Sunday?
Sunday, 4:25 against the Pats.
The Pats. There's some.
Tom Brady night.
All right. Well, go Birds. All
Go
right,
Birds.
y'all. Y'all are awesome. We say it every week. We just show up here, turn on our cameras. If it weren't for you, we wouldn't have a show. And it sure wouldn't be near as much fun just talking to Joe for an hour every Tuesday. So we hope every one of you and some new folks will come back to join us next Tuesday, 9 o'clock Eastern, 8 o'clock Central. Don't forget that. Hit that thumbs up button. Share the replay with your family, your friends. And we will see you next time. Peace.